So, welcome to everybody. And now we come to stanza number 67. And now we start with, we talked about 4 forces. So the 4th force is force of relinquishment, to letting go. This is about 2 things, and first is the first 2 lines of 67, and it says, if impaired by weakness or fatigue, I lay the work aside, the better to resume. If I find that due to some reason I'm not in a position, either because of some situations, because I'm weak, or I'm too tired, I need some rest, or to regain my strength, then I need to rest. I need to give this up. I need to give up, or let the whatever I'm doing, or whatever I was supposed to accomplish, not because I want to fully give up, not because that I get discouraged, and because of my discouragement, or because that I have no confidence, so therefore I give up. No. But you have to face the reality. You have to work or do according to the situation. And that situation is, if you find, is clear, either because of your own certain weaknesses, or situations, or whatever, or you are too tired at this moment, or fatigued, then you don't do it. You don't need to be so stubborn and so adamant that even if you die, or you get too much sick, or you can't, it will risk lots of other things, then you should not do it. You should rest. You should give this up for the time being, with the intention that when I get back my strength, when the situation improves, then I will do it with more force and more, strength. So therefore, learning to relax, learning to rest is also a diligence. A part of the development of diligence is also to learn to rest, to learn to let it go for a while, so that I can regenerate my strength and my right conditions, so that then I can do it with more force and with more effectiveness. This is the first of the force of relinquishment. The second relinquishment is this: and I will leave the task when it's complete, all avid for the work that's next to come. The Tibetan for that is lepar sana shamaton shamandupi te ponshas. If I complete a task or a work, or something that I've been training or something I've been working on, if it is finished, then I don't need to again hold on to that. I don't need to get attached to that practice or that work or that thing. I need to let go. I need to let go so that I can go forward. I need to learn to go forward, to go do something that's next stage, or something more important, or something something that will bring more help or more usefulness or more advancement. Because sometimes we do something and we are doing some practice or certain certain activities, and then when we get some result out of that, we get very attached to it. We can't let it go. We don't allow anybody to do it. I have to do it only. Sometimes it is very important that when you have done something, there's no need for you to be doing it, that there is people that you can delegate, then you don't need to hold on to that. You can give it to somebody who can do it, who can continue with it, and then you do something, because there is no dearth of work. There's no dearth of more things that we need to work on, we need to do, we need to accomplish, we need to practice and develop and increase. So therefore we don't need to hold on to anything. So once we have done something and accomplished that, and it's time to let go, we have to let go. And that ability is also a training of diligence, because if we are holding on and if we are kind of attached to that, and then we cannot go forward because we are too attached to that, or we cannot anybody else to do things, and then because we are too attached to that, that's not right. So this is force of relinquishment. These are said to be force because it's very important. These are very important things to reflect and to see, what am I doing? Am I stuck somewhere else? Am I too attached to something that is some practice or some actions or some that I can't let go and do something else, or I can't let go and allow somebody else to do this. So these are very important parts of the forces of diligence. Now, after that, then we come to cultivating strengths. In the there's a little bit different ways of presentation, but from the nectar of Manjushri speech, it's two: the strength of earnest practice and the strength of controlling body, speech, and mind. And in the Tome Zambo's commentary, or then Ngolchu Tome's commentary, it's slightly different. It's 3 points. But anyway, it doesn't matter that. As seasoned fighters face the swords of enemies upon the battle line, I lightly dodge the weapons of defilement and strike my enemy upon the quick. So, 68. So this is, to kind of how to strengthen my earnest practice, how to be strong in working on that particular issue. The Tibetan translation of this stanza is Tamni Dado Lenchi Yungora Kalabayan Nyumun Chunli Zirchaji Nyumudana Yambarsha. So if I have a very kind of old enemy, or enemy that has been torturing me or that I've been fighting against for a long time, and then if I come across face to face to that, and I start to, fight, to make a sword fight with them, then I usually, have to avoid when he hits with his sword to me. I have to try to, avoid the cutting of that sword, and I try my best to, to defeat my enemy, and I will use every effort, every energy, every strength I have on this, and completely be totally focused and totally what can you say, totally committed to that, so in the same way, I understand, my negative emotions, my kleshas are like that, are my very long-term enemies who will never forgive me, who always will do everything that's possible to harm me and to crush me and to give me the worst. And then what should I do then? If that kind of enemy is there, I have to be 100% alert, 100% focused, 100%, give my strength and attention and efforts to defeat this, this enemy. So in the same way, I have to do that towards my negative emotions and kleshas, including, ignorance and so thing. So that is, that is the idea. That's why, it is said like this. As seasoned fighters face the swords of enemies upon the battle line, I lightly dodge the weapon of defilement and strike my enemy upon the quick. I try my best. And then next is, if in the fray the soldier drops his sword, in fright he swiftly takes it up again. So likewise, if the arm of mindfulness is lost, in fear of hell, I will quickly get it back. The Tibetan Yuldu Ralde Lonchana Jipping your telembata, taken Tembin Sonshana Nyelvin Jitin your telons. So, if you are in the battlefield, and in old times, like at that time, maybe during the time of Shantideva, there was no guns, there were no, most of the modern weapons are there, so they used to fight with sword. So when you are fighting with sword, suddenly somehow you kind of you lose your sword. The sword drops on the ground. And if the sword drops on the ground, then you are in great danger. You are in a real danger, because any time anybody can cut you into pieces and completely kill you. And so therefore immediately your first and most kind of important effort would be to get back that sword immediately and try to defend yourself. In the same way, our mindfulness is like that. If in the fray, in the battlefield, the soldier drops the sword, in fright he swiftly takes it up. He's very afraid to lose and so his first and most important, and his the only kind of focus would be to get back the sword, so that you can defend yourself. So likewise, if the arm of mindfulness is lost in fear of hell, I'll quickly get it back. So therefore, if I lose my mindfulness, because mindfulness and awareness, it's the same thing in a way. We talked about already. That's the only means I have to work on myself, to practice Dharma. And so therefore, my kleshas and negative emotions and all kind of weaknesses are constantly attacking me all the time. And they just don't want to, their agenda or intention is not just to take my life. If I just die, that's not a big deal. But they want me to harm more. They want me to ascend to the hell. They want to, damn me forever, put it under their control, and then torture me and, make me suffer all the time. So therefore, if I lose my mindfulness, and I allow negative emotions and to enter into me or to attack me, then I have to be so careful that in fear of hell I'll quickly get it back. I could get back my mindfulness. So this is how important the mindfulness is for me in order to work or fight for in this kind of diligent way. That's cultivating this earnest practice. Now this is 70. Just as poisons fill the body, borne on the current of the blood, likewise evil, when it finds its chance, will spread and permeate the mind. Now this is in Tibetan. Chitatala tenchini tunilula chachirpa. Tekinlon nyechina nyepisela chaprincha. So if that, the negative, if I let down my mindfulness, and if that, if the sword of, negative emotions can cut any kind of wound, any part of my life, my body, then that poison, because it's a poisonous, it's not just like any other weapon, it's a poisonous weapon. So that poison can spread all through my body, and I will be defeated. So therefore, I must make sure that it doesn't happen. because then it will, if allow the negative emotions enter into me without my mindfulness, then, it will totally, poison me, and I will die, and I will, the negative effect will be more than death, so therefore I have to be so aware and conscious. I think I'll stop here. Thank you.